All right, so we're checking out another folding electric bike here. This is from a new company. It's called HITWAY, and this is the BK6M. I think it's also referred to online as the BK6. I think this model's been around for a little while. They've gone through a few iterations and improvements. This video is July 2024, so they may have a newer version out in the future if you're watching this far in the future. But this is, a lot of the bikes I've reviewed have these kind of step-through style here. It does fold down there in the middle. It's very similar to another one that I reviewed, the ENGV, the L2 2.0, but this is still a 48 volt system. It's also a little bit cheaper than the ENGV, so I think it's like $100 cheaper. So if you're looking for something a little lower price point, but similar specs and sort of features, this is probably gonna be right up your alley. So the battery here, 48 volts, 14 amp hours, and I'll put up here on the screen what the estimated range is. It's like a pretty wide range. Got a big motor here in the back, 750 watts, 58 Newton meters. I think it bursts to 1100, 1200 watts, and supposedly with 58 Newton meters of torque, you're going to be able to climb, some pretty steep hills. They're saying 25 degrees, which is quite a lot. Got a Shimano Tourney 7-speed derailleur here in the bottom. No derailleur guard. Got some folding pedals. Got a single-sided chain guard. Got a taillight here in the back, and does light up for your brake lights. Metal fenders in the front and rear. And you got this little seat here in the back. It's more like a rack. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to hold much. The whole bike I think it can hold like 264 pounds, 265 pounds. The wheels are 20 inches by 3 inches. That's kind of the size that's the trend right now. Knobby wheels, so you can do a little bit of off-roading with this one. Pretty decent seat here. So that's fairly comfortable. The angle is adjustable here. Does have a seat post suspension to smooth out the ride. Now the battery is removable, as you can see here, and there's a key on the other side to turn on the bike. Does have a battery meter here showing the charge level. Now the design here is a little, I think this should go around the other side, but even when this little locking lever for the seat height adjustment is on the other side, you still have to pop this off to get the battery out if you want to charge it outside the bike. So they needed a little more space here in the frame, but apparently they just figured you just pop this out. Most other bikes, you don't have to do that. Here's a look at the front wheel, metal fender here in the front. Got a headlight there. Got some mounting points there for a basket if you want to mount a basket in the future. Spokes here on the rim. Got a 160 millimeter rotor here, and these are mechanical disc brakes. Got a pretty basic front fork suspension here. It doesn't look like it has a lockout and an adjustment. And the travel is, I think, only about 40 millimeters. You can fold down the bike or fold down the handlebar here, and this mechanism, height adjustment on the handlebar is over here. Here's a look at the handlebar itself, ergonomic grips. Got your computer, brake lever here, you got your bell, got a reflector here. Here's your shifter, and we have a half twist throttle on this one. So I'm going to go and turn on the bike. Got to lock the key here. Go ahead and power up the bike. So a pretty basic display. It's just a black and white LCD. Got your odometer, speedometer, pedal assist level, and your battery charge level. And this one only has 3 levels of pedal assist. So we'll do the speed test a little bit later. I think 0 doesn't have any throttle at all. So we'll see. Nothing there. And the bike is speed limited to 20 miles per hour max speed. So it would qualify as a class 2 e-bike. And I do not know how to unlock it. I didn't see any instructions in the manual. So the bike weighs about 68 pounds. It comes fairly well packaged, like all bikes, tons of packing materials to get rid of, foam and zip ties. And I think the only thing that would really do here was to attach the handlebar and adjust the angle on the handlebar. But everything else was installed out of the box. You just had to unfold it and attach the handlebar and the wheel, and you're pretty much ready to go. All right, so we'll go ahead and do the speed test and riding test at this point, and hear my thoughts as I'm riding around. All Alright, so start off in pedal assist level 1. There's only 3 levels of pedal assist. 3 levels in this bike, and I don't know how to change that. 0, of course, is no, you can just ride it without any power, but we're going to test what kind of speed we get. So, and yeah, 9 miles an hour in level 1. It says 8.9 on the bike computer, or 9.1, so about 9 miles an hour. Let's go to level 2. Big jump in speed. Kind of jerks you a little bit. This is a cadence sensor, and I am freewheeling. 15.4 on the bike computer, 15 on the GPS speedometer. Okay, so I'm going to try level 3 now. And power doesn't kick on that crazily fast in level 3. It's kind of gradual. And we're maxing out at 20 miles an hour. This is what this bike's limited to, and I am freewheeling. Alright, now we're just going to do a throttle only test. Level 1. Yeah, big kind of burst of power, and then it obviously just kind of cuts off. We're at 9 miles an hour, so not surprising there. Let's go to level 2. Another big burst of power. And then it levels off, 15 miles an hour. I'm going to do a level 2 now from a standstill. And right up to 15 miles an hour. Alright, now we're at level 3 from a stop. Miles an hour. Alright, so just doing a quick little ride here. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the quality of the build and just overall what I think about this bike. Now, the front fork suspension does not have a lot of travel. I thought it was like 40 millimeters, but I think it's something a little bit less. So if you're going to be taking this off-road, you're probably not going to get much vibration dampening from the the dirt path from the front fork suspension. It's obviously they kind of went a little bit cheap on that, so I think for the price point I would have liked to see a little bit lower price point because of the lower cost parts. Same with the seat post suspension. It doesn't have a lot of place, very stiff. So while the seat's comfortable, it doesn't seem to provide much spring. I might be adjustable, I'm not sure. I did take a look at it, but I didn't see a bolt in there to adjust the tension. But the seat's okay. I mean, it's comfortable. No real complaints about the seat. The ride overall is fine. As long as you're sticking to some smooth surfaces, I have really no complaints about the rides. Works pretty well. The I guess 3 levels of pedal assist is okay. Would have liked to have seen a little more granularity, maybe 5 levels of pedal assist, but you get like 9 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour. Would be nice if you could unlock this bike. I'm not familiar with this bike computer. It's like S866. I've never seen this model before. At 750 watts, has plenty of power. I mean, it's got like a pretty good burst of power right off the bat. So this can definitely do more than 20 miles an hour. It's definitely speed limited by the controller. I mean, you can definitely go 28, 30, 32 on 750 watts. It's got plenty of power for that. Obviously, the power is going to come handy on hills, of course, but yeah, would like to know a way to unlock this. I'm going to contact the manufacturer again and see if I can get some more information about that, because I think that this bike has more potential on the speed front and power front but it is limited by the controller. The brakes on this work okay. They're mechanical disc brakes, not hydraulic disc brakes. Obviously, we're in a budget category here. But for for the power this produces, it would have been nice to have hydraulic disc brakes. You will, if you are at, well, if you ever do end up unlocking this bike, the mechanical disc brakes are going to have a little bit harder time slowing you down, because the mechanical disc brakes, I think, are kind of tuned for the slower speed, so something to be aware of. The battery in this one is pretty big, so you'll get decent range as long as you're not going too fast. Obviously, the faster you go, the more your range is going to get reduced. But yeah, 14 amp hours I think is sufficient for a bike in this class. And if you need like something with a lot more range, then I would recommend something in the I've seen those with more range in like the $1,500 to $1,600 range, about double the price of this. Not sure if it's really worth it. The charger on this one is, you know, like 2 amps, 3 amps, something like that. So it will take about 7 to 8 hours to fully charge the battery. And again, this has a cadence sensor like most budget e-bikes. So while I'm on the low speed right here, I am able to provide some effort to guide the bike or assist the bike. So you're gonna get more range on level 1. But as soon as you hit level 2, you start freewheeling even at the highest gears. So be aware that because it has a cadence sensor, your efficiency will go down when you go to level 2 and level 3, but that is pretty normal for most e-bikes. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully it covers all of the bases on this bike. I'll be a link in the video description if you guys want to check it out. That'll do it for this one. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.